Today we will discuss about the anthurium flower, the next flower in commercial floriculture. And this flower also have great importance and demand in the market. As you can see the picture of anthurium flower, and you all might have seen this flower in every function, especially in wedding functions, birthdays, social functions, social gatherings. So in this way, everywhere these kinds of flowers we all have been observing. So in today's lecture, we will finish some kinds of points. The topics will be introduction, cultivation of anthurium, then how it is planting, then planting density, irrigation, nutrition, propagation, harvesting, post-harvest handling, yield, and pest and diseases. First of all, let us see the introduction about anthurium. Anthurium is an evergreen tropical herbaceous plant cultivated for its colorful spathe and unusual attractive foliage. It is originated in American tropics. The genus Anthurium has 600 species which are distributed worldwide. Among the number of species available, the most popular and economically important species are Anthurium andreanum and Anthurium sagerianum, which possess attractive long-lasting inflorescence. So basically, these are the two most important and popular species of Anthurium, which is having attractive and long-lasting inflorescence. Several other species like Anthurium magnificum, digitatum, crystallinum, watermelons are grown for their excellent foliage. The Anthurium belongs to family Aeraceae, derive its name from Greek language. Anthos means flower and aura means tail, indicating the flower with a tail. So as you can see in the previous picture that the flower having some kinds of tail-like structure. So that is why the Anthurium word is derived from the Greek language, and the meaning of Anthurium word is anthos means flowers and aura means tail. So the flower with tail. Botanical name Anthurium andreanum, family Aeraceae, subfamily Othidi, order Alice metals with Aeraceae family. The common feature of the Aeraceae family is a typical cup-shaped inflorescence. The arum consists of spathe and the spadix. So later on we will see what is spathe and what is spadix. So this is the taxonomy of the anthurium flower. Let us see the plant morphology. Anthurium andreanum, a perennial with creeping, climbing, or arborescent stem with lots of aerial roots. The stem is highly condensed and is not visible during early growing period. As plants grow, the stem becomes noticeable and with a distinct node and internodal regions. So in primary growth, the nodes, internodes, and stems are not that kind of visible, but as the plant grows, it will their stem is noticeable and internode and nodes also noticeable after the proper growth of the plant. The roots are fleshy, thick, and the root biomass is more when compared to the shoot biomass. The roots are root biomass is more. So this is the important point here, that root biomass is more as compared to the shoot biomass. Now let us see about the leaf, or the leaf is itself is called as a flower. The lamina portion of the leaf is attached to long petiole, from where midrib and lateral veins are originated in radiant fashion. The leaves are coppery green in early stages, which turn to dark green as they mature. So, in this picture, you can see these. This is the leaf, and these are the midribs. You might have visible this picture. Let us see here. Some kinds of midribs are observed. Initially, the leaves are coppery, and it changed to the green. The attractive colorful plant is actually modification of the leaf. So the flower is actually nothing but the modification of the leaf. The leaf getting modified when it is turned to maturity level. So the modification of the leaf, which is botanically called as a spathe. So the red portion you can see here, this is called as spathe. Modified leaf structure is called as spathe in Anthurium. The heart-shaped spathe appears on long flower stalk, and the number of veins that originated from the junction of the spathe and the flower stalk. The veins are interconnected with the secondary and tertiary veins. So in over this spathe, there are number of veins and they are interconnected. The primary veins connect to secondary, and secondary connected to the tertiary. In this way, the full leaf is covered with the veins, attractive veins, and that leaf is called as spathe. After that, a cylindrical fascie spadix. So here is the spadix. The vertical small stick-like structure you can see here in this picture, which is having some kinds of red plus purple coloration. So this cylindrical fascie structure is called as spadix, originated from the same junction and produced number of bisexual flowers. So here is the number of bisexual flowers are available here in the spadix, which are arranged in concentric bolls. The female part of the flower mature first, which can be noticed by nectar like secretions in the form of shining droplets on the flower. When the female part of the flower will start maturity, at that time it is observed by forming a nectar which is secret on the surface of the leaf, and it is shine at that time. So you can easily notice that there is a female part is noticed, and you can start cross pollination or other things for multiplication. When the stigmatic surface are wet and receptive pollen from another flower variety